Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
Do you like NASCAR? Do you like a Tribe Called Quest? Well, you gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Do you like manwich and nachos? Well, then you'd love the Urban Conservative.
Do you like guns? Do you like butter? Well, you're gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Yo, what's good, son? You like pit bulls, say? You like solving Sudoku puzzles? Then you gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Hey, buddy, if your car making a sound like this, you might want to get you some power steering fluid and check out the Urban Conservative podcast.
Are you repulsed by the idea of drag queen story time at your local library, but enjoy Carol Baskin TikTok memes? Then you would enjoy the Urban Conservative.
Do you want to slap your boss and then go home and make yourself some golden brown pancakes covered in butter and freshly made warm boysenberry syrup? Then you'll love the Urban Conservative.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. You locked in right here on the Urban Conservative. You know what it does. It's Monday night. It's time to get into the Urban Conservative podcast. Real quick, I got to give a super, super big shout out to my twin brother, Dual Ali, who is not with us tonight. He is out on the campaign trail. Make sure to visit aliforcongress.com. My twin brother's running for Congress. We need your support. Make sure to head over to Ali for Congress. He's running for NC12. Shouts out to him. Shouts out to the fam. Like I said, he's out at an event tonight, so he will not be with us, but it is a very, very interesting subject we're going to be talking about. One of our favorites, as it were. We're going to be talking about race hustlers tonight, a reoccurring theme here on the Urban Conservative. And before we bring our guest on again, I got to remind everybody, hit that like, that share for us. Join the conversation, get in the comment section. Let us know what's on your mind, as it were, as it relates to this. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a new book from a friend of the show entitled Race Hustlers. But like I said, before we get into that, head over to tuconservative.com is the website where you can support what we do here at the Urban Conservative, spreading conservative policy ideas and values into our urban centers across the beautiful U.S. of A. And we're everywhere you listen to podcasts, so make sure to tap in with us. So we're going to get into this. We're going to get into this because I've been looking forward to doing this show. As y'all know, one of the reoccurring themes, like I said, we have here revolves around breaking this idea or exposing people to this idea that there's a race hustle industry. There's an entire industry predicated on keeping minorities, everybody, but specifically minorities, voting a certain way, feeling a certain way about certain things. And this has become a dare I say, billion-dollar industry and something that really rubs us the wrong way. So the guest that we bringing on the show tonight, I've known this brother for years now, very, very good friend of the show. And as far as intros go, right, I have to say, one of the most interesting people I've met. And the reason is because we've learned a lot together, right? And usually when you have people that you can learn from and with, that makes the relationship a lot better. Tonight, coming back to the Urban Conservative, it's been a while. The last joint we did got us in some hot water. But ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome back to the Urban Conservative podcast and friend of the show, Dr. Enqi. Jamaican noise sound effects. What's good, brother? What's good, man?
Good to be in the building.
Right. Well, thanks for taking the time, Doc. So let's start here, man. We not even going. We not gonna get all in the weeds. We gonna go right to the fire and brimstone, right? Race Hustlers, the book, the series of books, right?
Yeah.
For our audience, just remind them real quick, right? Because there's a bunch of titles that come after the doctor. Because I'm saying doctor, and they might think like Dr. Dre. Like, you know what I'm saying? They might be thinking like Dr. Dre. So real quick, give people the spiel. What do I mean by doctor? What do those things entail? And give the people a quick what it is that you do as the founder of American Healer and the things you do.
So I'm a certified sports nutritionist, personal trainer, master herbalist, elite calisthenics specialist, and naturopathic doctor. So that's where the doctor part comes in at. I just got married this year.
Oh, we can add husband. We're gonna add husband to the credits. Congrats on that. Congrats on that to you and the sis. Yeah.
And so that's pretty much it. I think our biggest, obstacle that we're facing right now as a people is us. So I think this is a really important conversation that we're going to have tonight, even though,
I know. We're trying, ladies and gentlemen, y'all got to understand how reserved we're trying to be right now because of the subject matter. I just want y'all to understand that right now there's like gamma rays happening of radiation that we really want to hulk out right now. But the subject matter is serious enough and the book is serious enough that we're containing ourselves right now. So let's do this, right? Race Hustlers, the book, right? Because this is something we talk about here on this platform, but on the political side of things, as it were, and the cross section of what you're doing with your book, which I want you to explain to the folks. What is Race Hustlers, the book? How did you come up with it? But for us on the political side, trying to get things right, getting our folks voting in line with their values and with policy ideas that'll work for them, we've discovered what we call Race Hustlers. So break down for the folks this book series, what Race Hustlers is, and let's get into it.
So the book came about, the holistic community is always been like a, kind of like a back, it hasn't really been respected and so it's kind of been like a little niche thing. And then with the advent of YouTube now, it's been becoming more popular. So, the online community has grown in terms of alternative ideas and medicine and news and things like that. And there was a place where it was about just getting new information, sharing new information, and that space kind of got co-opted with the whole, super militant, the white man is the devil idea. And beneath the surface of that idea, people were being galvanized into what I would call pseudo forms of spirituality. And there are two major arms within the quote unquote conscious community. There is one arm that promotes, crack and cocaine as a form of spirituality. And then there's another arm that promotes some really, really deviant sexual practices as a form of spirituality. And it just so happens that they are staunch supporters of the Democratic Party. So
okay, so listen,
all those things sound
no, that was very cohesive. Very good explanation, and I hope y'all understand the significance of this, right? Now, for our conservative Republican friends, right? The significance that I want you guys to take away, not only from the book, but from this conversation, is that there's so much work that needs to be done on the psychology of people in general, but especially within the Black and Latino community, because there are, and I want to get your opinion on this, right? I think on the conservative side, we make a mistake by saying that previous racism hasn't had an effect on the psyche of the people in the Black community. That's a mistake. Do you agree?
Absolutely, wholeheartedly.
Okay. Now, I set that question up because if we're gonna fix it, right? If I'm thinking it's fixable. I'm thinking that our folks are rational. Um, in the conscious community, most of them, I think, can read, right? I think. But now, now we're running into a problem because you got a school system like California where the kids are failing in the urban centers. You got Black urban school districts failing, not everywhere, but literacy rates here are down, right? Yeah. So when you run into this, I'm saying I'm hoping that our folks can be pointed to the information that makes race hustling visible in real time to them and not just a gimmick for a book or for us to have on a podcast, right? Like we should be able to show them examples, right? So one of the things, and I really want to touch on the first installation of the books, right? Because you're on volume 4 now, right?
Yes, sir.
I want to launch on volume 1 and walk them up to 4. So let's get one up on the screen here. Now, here's my issue, Enqi.
Okay.
Talk to me like you're talking to someone who doesn't know that there is and I'll use the word cabal or organization or group of people in the Black community who know damn well what they're promoting is crazy and wrong. Right? Explain that to me, right? Like you're trying to, like, just give me that, because when we see this on the screen, I tell folks like, yo, there's a group of people who are teaching people all kinds of stuff and they don't believe me. They think I'm making this up. Because some people don't know who this is on the screen, for real.
Okay, well, for the people that don't know, this book here, Race Hustlers Volume 1, has 3 editions. I did the paperback, I did the hardcover, and I think I did maybe I didn't do the Kindle. So two versions. The hardcover has my face on it, but the paperback has Michael Nowak. Some people know of him as Brother Polite. Brother Polite is the student of the worst child molester in American history, Dr. York. Dr. York, this is just my opinion. In my opinion, when he pled guilty to his child molestation case, a part of the reason that he pled guilty was to allow all of the other people that were a part of his organization to kind of escape, scrutiny and accountability, so that what his message was could still continue to go on and on. And so Dr. York went to jail as the worst child molester in American history. His student, Michael Nowak, is now currently in jail for similar crimes, as well as a couple of his other students. Nature Boy, I believe, is in jail right now for different types of rape and child molestation charges, allegedly, as well as a third gentleman named Rashad Jamal, who's also in jail on multiple counts of child molestation. And with every generation that goes on, the debauchery seems to get worse.
Mm-hmm.
The last gentleman following these teachings that is now in prison on multiple forms of child molestation, his students, once he got locked up, and I believe earlier this year, once he got locked up, his students went into I guess some sort of a rage, and now a couple of his students are in jail for murder. one of which being a young man who recently used a sword to kill his mother based on what he was learning in these videos. So, you know, because I have a way with words and, you know, I have firsthand knowledge of these people, being around them personally myself, you know, I use humor to try to bring light and you know, allow for people to really absorb what's really going on. But I don't want to take away from the seriousness. You know, I try not to take away from the seriousness of what, you know, what we really dealing with here. This is I don't know any higher form of wickedry than what I've been seeing, you know.
Right.
So, you know, I'm not sure how far we can go tonight with the audience, but
Well, let me jump in. I'll tell you this. And I'm glad you broke that down like that, because what I really in this first segment want y'all to understand is there is groups of people, right? And this is important because everybody's feeling inflation right now. Everybody's feeling the economic crunch right now. Everybody understands that what is being taught, and the people that are for the most part teaching in these urban centers have a set of values that are not in line with what most of us who consider ourselves decent human beings would agree with. So when you have people like the gentleman you see on your screen and the people that Dr. Enqi mentioned, and I'll use this word grooming for I'll use the word grooming, right? These guys are in the community grooming the kids. They're good. And the thing is, and this is more of a question for you. Some of the things, because there's a large group of people in this community, in this subgenre, if you will, of the Black community, because this is not the whole Black community, right? This
no,
is
not at all.
subset, right? So break that down so people can understand that, because I don't want everybody to think that all Black people who look a certain way or, you know, have a respect for comedic culture or a respect for this or that is down with that. We don't want to make that the kind of thing, right?
Well, I mean, it's.
I'm asking. I don't know. If you see an unk, is it a problem if I see an unk? Should I?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. With everything that I know, if I see an unk, it's my guard is going up.
Okay, so I've always thought that, because I'm sitting here going to myself, right? All right, let's do this too, because I want to have full transparency with the audience, right? And I'll speak for myself. We have went through these schools of thought. So we've been on the other side where we were looking at people in the conscious community. And I want to make this clear that, again, because you learn something from someone, you never know what they got going on in their personal life. You never know who will be the person to bring you a piece of information. You never know what video it could be. So I've heard stories of, and I'll use, like you brought up Dr. York's name, even though he's a race hustler, clearly, right? But there's information on certain subject matters that I've heard people be like, nah, I learned this from him and I wouldn't have known that. And they may be doing well for themselves and not touching kids and doing all this other wildness, right? But you never know who you're going to learn something from. So how do we deal with that side of it, right? Because now that we've identified that people are using these criteria like slavery, like Jim Crow and the other things that are being propped up to say that vote this way, to put that pressure on us emotionally, Enqi, how do we, what's the prescription to deal with that, right? And does the book deal with that?
So let me just say this for the audience, because everybody doesn't know, they might think I'm tripping or I'm looking a little crazy. So my camera's right here, but my monitor's over here. So if you guys see me looking this way for an extended period of time, that means I'm just watching the show like you guys are. So I'm returning, speaking to you guys.
Yeah, good point. Good to know that, so they don't think you just like, he's not paying him any mind.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely focused on the show. I think that, I tried to give people as many tools as possible in the first book to be able to protect themselves and, more importantly, protect their children. Now, like I said earlier, I don't know how far we can go, but I do have video to show people exactly what I'm saying. Like, I have...
Hit the share screen button. I don't know what you waiting for to share it. No, I told you before the show, everybody's going to get smoked because there's no reason to, in 2023, be promoting this agenda. With the situation, like, it doesn't make sense with the way that our children are under attack. And when I say our children, let's change it. The children. There's no way there's coherent adults walking around here voting for people who are all right with having sexual relations with their cousins or minors, or you can't. So please show the video. Absolutely show the video. Everybody's going to get it tonight.
So the first video I'm going to show, or attempt to show, hopefully everything works good, is a secret class of Dr. York's, where Dr. York teaches that in order to become spiritually active, or in order to have a relationship with God or make it into heaven, you have to perform a secret ritual. And that ritual takes place between two bisexual adults and a child. It's a sex ritual. Yeah. So this is the type of teaching that started with Dr. York that was passed down to other quote unquote master teachers in this community. And this is what leads to the young men that are in jail right now for child molestation, et cetera, and associated charges, because deep down inside, they've been brainwashed into believing that in order to really form a relationship with God, or to get into their idea of heaven or spirituality, that this is what they need to do. And so, a part of that is young men that may not have had inclinations to become bisexual or homosexual. They are told that they have to have their anuses penetrated in order to be spiritually active, or to get...
Yeah, I don't even know if we need to play the video now because you've just explained it. But I mean, if you got the video, play the video. But listen, y'all are wilding, bro. Like, you have to have a lot of problems in your, like, where are you at in life where somebody can say that to you? Just think about that. Like, in order to be in touch with God, you're gonna, there's a spot. Yo, come on.
Yeah,
this is not good. This is not good. And y'all need to understand this, because what's happening here is that people are voting, right? People are voting in a manner that is not conducive to the way they want to live. And they seem to not be able to make the connection. But part of this is this idea. The race thing is the craziest part to me of this, is because, like, nobody can explain who's in what race club. Like, nobody can get to me anyway. I'm like, all right, well, we got humans. Like, you got, okay, well, who's in what club? Like,
okay, here we go.
Yeah, here we go. I see it down there. Here we go.
All right, so
oh, this is not good.
I am a student teacher of the master teacher,
All right, wait, I'm gonna have to get you to pause that right now. Come on, guys.
He is free.
This is somebody's kid.
Well, she was a victim. She was allegedly also a victim of these rituals, and she was raised in the cult to take over. So yeah. So that's why I'm saying. That's why I was saying.
Okay, let it rock. Go ahead. All right.
I am a student teacher of the master teacher, He is free. Gatekeepers are born totally feminine and body with a male spirit, or totally masculine and body with a female spirit.
All right, I'm gonna get you to hold up. What in the
Anatomy is a
hold on? This is called now. Listen, this is from the conscious community for all of the conservatives who only pay attention to the conservative community, who don't know anything about Dr. Enqi or Malachi York or Polite, but do realize we have a problem in the Black community. Doesn't this sound like your liberal college professors explaining this body dysmorphia and explaining to you these things? This literally sounds like a Marxist professor. Go ahead, play this, and then I'm going to show you something. Go ahead. I'm going to show you exactly the same person, but from a different world.
Attributes of a female with a male spirit inside of her, or a male with all the physical attributes of a male with a female spirit inside of him. Many oversexed persons.
You are correct, and this is not about being gay. It just so happens that Dr. York's secret pedophile teaching is also a part of the bisexual gatekeeper teaching.
Yo, hold on, fam. Yo, now look at this lady. This lady right here, right? She giving it up the same way. Look.
Several times you've used a phrase. I want to make sure I understand what you mean by it.
Look at her in the face. These are the same.
Capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Look at this lady.
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy as well.
Yo, it's the same thing. Yo. Come on. Did you hear what she just said?
Yeah.
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy.
Yo, look at her eyes, bro.
Men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
So this isn't really a women's rights issue.
We can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence.
Yo, go. Can you play Homegirl again?
This is scary, bro.
Gays and other terms which also helped birth homophobia and misuse the term homosexuality.
We're going to go in. Hold on. Let me guess. Hold on. We're going to go with homo. The word is homo.
No. This gets very,
oh, these people.
This gets crazy.
Which means the same nature. That would mean two males of the same nature, the exact same in nature. Nature means the qualities of anything. Life, deposition. That would give the meaning of two males who think and act as well as feel the same in all ways, including sexuality. So in fact, homosexual would be two heterosexual males or straight males. And as soon as they have any form of sexual contact, they become not homosexuals, but hormone-sexuals.
Let's say he molested 1,000 children. Factually. Okay. Genetic evidence and everything. Things that we don't deny. Scientifically, we say, wow, okay, true. If someone was to ask me, would you still worship him as your most high, acknowledge him as your most high God? I would have to.
Nah, I don't want my son under no nigga like that.
And what this means is, when you have two males that are together, they're still dressed like men. Not a male that wants to be a female or transgend into a female and then a male with that person. This means two men who still want to wear pants, who don't want to wear makeup, who are still men who get together. They are what you call hormone-sexuals. Not to be mistaken for somebody who wants to wear, or even females. If you have two females that look like females.
Wait a minute. If y'all don't understand how important it is for people like us to get into Congress and how important it is for all of you who are pissed off about this, right? And got some sense. And if this doesn't make sense to you, You should not be telling people to not vote.
And this is nationwide.
Right. This is all of you, because clearly what she's saying is the same thing the other like this all comes out of the same school of thought. Once you like, do you know how dangerous that is to scramble the idea of sexuality and gender? That's nuts.
Listen, I would definitely assume that that professor probably is under the teachings of someone that got their teaching starting at this root.
Yeah.
This root turned into a huge tree, and every branch of this tree is promoting some form of high-level debauchery. And
well, no. The fact of the matter is that the political science part of this kicks in, and then it goes, well, this is all Marxism. What they're talking about is Marxism. They're trying to destroy the fabric of the nuclear family. Just sheer unadulterated Marxism by the use of identity politics. This is very, very simple play. Now, complicated in that there's a lot of moving parts, but what she's saying is the same thing that the professor is saying, that all of the libs on TikToks are saying.
And, you know, it's funny that you added that piece about destroying the nuclear family, because all of the people that promote the illicit drugs for spirituality, or the deviant sexual behavior and pedophilia as spirituality, they also are against the nuclear family. So they're either promoting one man with, you know, a lot of living girlfriends that they pretend are wives, or, you know, just an open relationship where the men has multiple partners, the women have multiple partners, and there's no, you know, there is no nuclear unit, because, you know, there's no real tie that binds these people together. You know, they're a wife right up until they get into an argument on Friday, and then by Saturday, the wife is replaced with a new quote unquote wife, which is just a living girlfriend. And, you know,
we have to do an oldie but goodie right here, bro.
Yeah,
we have to do an oldie real quick, because this is one of the words in the race hustling that bother me the most. I'm gonna share this word with you, right? In the race hustle, this word right here is one of the words that just rubbed me the entire wrong way. I'm gonna share this tab with you, right? Boom. This word right here, queen.
Oh my God, they use that word. That's like a buzzword. That's like a buzzword. Oh, peace, queen. You know.
All right, but do y'all not understand the source of the word queen? Do we have to, like, all right, so I'm thinking we're at a point where we can show them this, and then they stop saying because they seen what the word means.
Yeah, that's
I'm thinking that'll work, right? I'm hoping that'll work, because if the source of the word queen is this word right here, queen, and it sends you to see this word, and you click on that word, and it means, it makes sense.
Well, that's definitely what they're doing with these ladies. And I
can't make it up.
I'm gonna be honest, because I always thought in the conscious community that the idea was to maybe find women that might be over sexualized, or, you know, wayward, or however people view them, and try to educate them, uplift them, turn them into wives, turn them into, you know, independent, you know, women, and blah 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 blah. Not take intelligent women that don't have, you know, certain types of experience, and then introduce them to drugs and deviant sexual behavior. Like, to me, there's totally the opposite going on. So, but you got to listen to this, because
keep it going.
She's going to go into the teaching from that you have to practice these bisexual acts to activate your spirituality, and then to master your spirituality, you need to add in children into these sexual acts. And every so often, just in case people don't know who that is Michael Nowak, on that you see coming into the video every so often, who's saying, even if Dr. York molested thousands of kids with genetic evidence, he would still be my God and my leader and blah, blah, blah. So it's no wonder that years after he made that video, he himself is also in jail for similar crimes. Like, this is just, yeah. Shout out to the GOAT in the building.
I've been listening, bro. Oh my God. I've been listening. Oh my God. All right, yo, Rod, you know how, did you give them Queen already? I heard that's where you were, but yeah, bro. Nah, but we gotta let this play out. Let him get his work in. This is retarded.
The same, act the same, feel the same way in both nature and sexuality.
Let's say he molested 1,000 children. Factually.
All right, hold on. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something right here? You know, this is the video. When I saw this video, that was the video I knew he was going to jail. You know why, though, right?
Why?
You know why, though, right?
Why?
Because of his hairline. For the record, I remember that conversation, bro. I know. I called you. I was like, oh, he's got the Chris Hansen hairline. He's got the Chris Hansen. Yeah, he's going to jail. Give it a matter of time. He's going to jail. So he got the hairline. Beyond bars hairline is what you said. He got the behind bars hairline. That's exactly what you said.
Wow.
Yeah. Good.
That hairline may prompt you for deviant sexual behavior.
Yo, if you see that, grab your kids.
Yo, when your hairline does that, bro, you do what I did, son. You do that right there, bro. You just take it off, cuz you just stop. You just tap out, cuz be like, I guess I'm this guy now.
But I think his hairline has always been that way. That's even more.
I knew, it was that in the shirt. I was like, nah, bro.
It's even more disturbing. His hairline's always been that way. Not to mention his arms are so long that standing straight up, he could touch his knees. I thought that was weird too. Like that was
all right. So hold on. While we on this, now I dare y'all at home to go on your phone. I don't care what county you live in. I don't care what county you live in. I dare you to go on your phone after this and type in mugshots. And when you start pulling them to mugshots, if everybody who in there for something crazy ain't got the craziest head in America, it don't matter what city, it's something about their heads, bro. Go ahead, Ali. Go ahead, because we interrupted the video. Go ahead.
No, this is good info. Yeah.
Okay, just for the record, if you can touch your knees with your hands standing straight up, you got Neanderthal DNA, bro. Let's just stop right now.
Whoa.
You got some Neanderthal DNA presenting in you. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to jump in the I was at an event just now, a fundraiser, and I got in, and I didn't think I was going to get in time to join the festivities, but I'm sorry to interrupt y'all. My bad. Keep going.
Go ahead. We going. Go ahead, because we got to hear this. The bringing the babies in. Oh, this is nuts.
Oh. Evidence and everything. Things that we don't deny. Scientifically, we say, wow, okay, true. If someone was to ask me, would you still worship him as your most high, acknowledge him as your most high God? I would have to.
Nah, I don't want my son under no nigga like that.
Unreal. I love it.
So they would be called hormonesexuals. The reason why is because as soon as they have any form of sexual contact, they become hormonesexual because they're experiencing a mental change caused by a hormone change, which will affect their lives. So once they get and mix their fluids genetically, it changes the way they think because their hormones are...
She's not confident about this at all.
Their hormones are heightened in the same particular...
Are y'all buying it? Am I getting it off? That's her face.
That's why it changes the way that they think and feel. It may become more effeminate or it may become more masculine depending on the gender. No, the real gatekeepers are very important. So you must understand that the real gatekeepers are important. Only they can open the gate to the spiritual realms because these beings vibrate on a dual level.
Let's say he molested.
Go ahead.
For future reference, anybody that uses the word overstand, bro, is super suspect. Like, yo, I can't. Yo, that's too soft-tardish for me, bro. I'm just sorry. Like, the word
Yo, we're gonna
overstand
have to
is
start
mad.
issuing sovereign citizen, conscious community red flags, like yellow flags on the plate. Words like overstand. Yo, when you start using words like vibrating, and
No. I got a clip where actually shows this ether concept and etheric beings and etheric bodies being passed down as a major part of the Dr. York program. So it's
Yo, Dr. Enqi, for the record, you know I was knee deep. Like, I was throat deep, bro. I was all the way from the floor. Like, no, I was all
yo,
the
come
way,
on,
like, almost,
wait. You
bruh.
hold on,
I was this deep.
hold up. Nope. You're out of here. You're out of here. You're gone. Nope. Time out. You're on timeout.
Yeah. No, listen.
There's nothing to listen to. You're on timeout. No. I mean, no means no, and I mean no.
I didn't say deep throat, bro. I said throat deep. There's a difference.
Yo, you can't say none of those.
Yo,
none of that's on the table.
You've been in the pool, bobbing up and down, throat deep in the water,
Yo, bro, I don't get in the pool no more because of that. I don't even get in the pool because of that no more.
Yo, but listen.
Yo, son, wait. If you are not 7 to 12 years old, you cannot get in the pool with other grown-ass men. I'm sorry.
For the record. But no, Dr. Enqi, all jokes aside.
There's no transition that's going to fix this.
There was a point.
I'll try.
There was a point where, and Ra, you remember this. We was going through it. I was the guy walking down the block with the fez on. I had the ID in the pocket. Like, yo, there was no telling me York wasn't it, bro. Remember when I called you and I was like, yo, what you mean the green ether? Like, you lost me, cuz like, what you mean the green light and the planet risk and the wait a minute.
Yo, do you remember?
Hold on.
Wait, that was when I hit the eject button too. When eject from the planet risk, I was like, I think I'm
gotta go.
I was like, wait a minute, I think I'm in a cult.
No, wait a minute. Wait. So wait a minute. I knew something was wrong. This is when I knew, right? I remember the conversation. Ali was like, yo, so are we doing that we're from another dimension? Yo, that's literally what you called me and said.
I did.
So y'all can understand how we talk to each other. There's no subscriptions that we're going to make separate from each other. So on this knowledge, on this quest to get to what we need to know to be right and exact with ourselves, it was like, so are we doing etheric interplanetary? Are we doing that? Are we really doing this? No, I don't think we could do this, man.
And for the record, you fought for it, bro. For like a split second,
I did.
You fought for it. He was like, nah, but you know the green light and look at what green mean in the spectrum. And I was like, yo, bro, hold on, bro. There's been no evidence presented.
For the record, that is how this whole thing works. They grab a strong seed of truth, and then they attach all manner of pure effery to it, and then they pass it to you, but they lean their conversation towards whatever that nugget of truth is, so that when you go ahead and do your research, that nugget of truth turns out to be what they said it is. It's just everything else attached to it is where you go to the left. So it gets
Yeah, but I fought for it, bro. I was like, because you know me, I'm very, very I want to get to the science. I'm like, okay, well, the reflective light of the green on this, but then I ran into a problem. I was like, damn, that's only me seeing it that way. Shit. I was like, we got a problem. That's not the real spectrum. That can't be the whole spectrum. I'm only seeing it this way. Damn, we got a problem.
I was
in.
I stopped of going down to Georgia, though. I did not make it to Georgia. I was like, I spoke to my pops, And I just stopped short of going down there to meet up with get the full cult experience. Like I was like,
Yeah, I never did make it to a class. Lucky for
thank
me.
God
It
those
was
Man
Nah,
from
but
Lyrics
yo,
books
yo,
came out
Enqi,
when they did.
this is the thing. I was doing this at a time when there was no YouTube. There was no internet.
Yeah, there was no YouTube
Like,
when we was involved with this. This is the
right.
90s.
We had to go. I had to go get on the bus and go to Chicago to hear C. Freeman L. And I had to go, like, literally go cop the books and running around at Port Authority when the Nuwapians was running around Port Authority. This is what, 98, 97,
Yeah.
98,
Yeah.
like pre-YouTube era.
Yo,
And
so not to cut you off, but I don't wanna get lost in the point we was making, because the video that he's playing is important, because for those that are outside of the conscious community, like I said, for our conservative friends that see this and try to understand, well, when you guys say you're fighting for your community, what does it look like? Well, you have to know what we're fighting. We're fighting groups of people trying to convince our folks to involve their children and okay what's being taught in the school about putting the porn in the school and doing. This is what we're up against. So this is what we be saying, why I need to sponsor the show, why I need to buy Dr. Enqi book. So let him get through this video, Ali, so we can get to the next segment.
And it's really an uphill battle, because
yes, sir,
I have video that shows that these guys have went into now the battle rap community. And so all of the children that are watching the battle raps, and they get millions of views, the top guys in the battle rap community, Daylight, Loaded Lux, these are guys that are promoting these agendas. And it started with Africa Bambaataa. You know, a lot of people have heard what has happened or alleged to have happened with Bambaataa and some other gentlemen from the Bronx. But what they don't know is that Africa Bambaataa was practicing these rituals that we're listening to right here. So this is where it all stems from.
Gatekeepers are very important. So you listen, understand that the real gatekeepers are important. Only they can open the gate to the spiritual realms, because these beings vibrate on a dual level. They may become more effeminate, or that the real gatekeepers are important. Only they can open the.
And just for people to understand at home, when she says gatekeepers, they're talking about the gates to heaven.
To the spiritual realms, because these beings vibrate on a dual level. And that the real gatekeepers are important. Only they can open the gate to the spiritual realms, because these beings vibrate on a dual level. And that the real gatekeepers are important. Only they can open the gate to the spiritual realms, because these beings vibrate on a dual level.
Hold up. Does Shorty got on earrings? Are those earrings?
Yeah, earrings and
Yeah, bro, she's into some wild stuff, because them some heavy earrings pulling on your ear. So you probably like elbows in your orifice. What?
Dr. York's transcript is still available. He was having alleged sexual acts with children starting at 4 years old.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, he pled guilty to so many charges,
I'm just looking at the size of those earrings. Like, them is some heavy earrings. Like, what? Who? Okay, never mind. Just go ahead. I'm sorry.
In fact, the program that Dr. York created was so, for lack of a better term, thorough in his plan of continuity, or continuity rather. Michael Nowak, aka Brother Polite, never even met Dr. York directly. It was actually one of the students of Dr. York that he had sexually groomed up, named Khadijah, who had trained up Polite. And so that's how these lessons, that's why I said, I think, in my opinion, he pled guilty so that his lessons could continue to go on, and all these people that would have had to been identified and held accountable in court, they weren't. He took the brunt of everything. And so that released all these people to go out into the world and continue spreading these messages. And now you see a lot of people, going to jail, and from the quote unquote conscious community for these charges. And, like I said, the young man killed his mother with a sword because, she wasn't vibrating on the dual level and all this other crazy stuff. Yeah, it just happened a few months ago. And so yeah, you got it. Yeah, this is crazy.
That is 2 XYX beings and 2 YXY beings, plus 1 golden child in the center to activate the force.
Let's say he molested 1,000 children.
Did she say golden child?
Yeah.
I have the knife. What?
Wow. Okay. True. If someone was to ask me, would you still worship him as your Most High, acknowledge him as your Most High God? I would have to.
Nah, I don't want my son under no nigga like that.
Yo, Enqi, for the record, this is where I fell out with Polite. I remember that video. And whenever somebody says ax instead of ask, you lose me.
Yeah.
I know it's a nitpicky thing. I know it's like a minutia thing, but I'm like, wait a minute. You're so intelligent that you forgot that the word is ASK. Now,
all right, I gotta show y'all this.
But before you do that, he did it.
This is the agenda. So as Enqi's showing you that they're telling you to bring in the kids, right? How many of y'all remember this picture? You remember this picture, Enqi?
Yep.
So you know that kid, right?
It's crazy.
Obama kid, right? Look at Joe ripping him up.
Joe has lots of video gripping up children.
Right, but then this kid, this is who this kid ended up.
Yo, but one of
they used him to push. Listen, they used him to push Obamacare through. Care for the transgender. We want to turn our kids into transgenders. You know?
So, bro, let me share something with you. Tonight, I was in a room, and I don't say this to brag, bro. I'm not by any measure bragging. But the minimal house in the neighborhood that I was in was somewhere around a $200 million house. Was the minimal house. Like the guy that walked in with the $200 million house, they didn't even pay him attention, right?
Wow.
When the Speaker of the North Carolina House, the longest serving Speaker of the North Carolina House, said, and I would like to recognize my friend Abdul El Ali over there. Nobody batted an eyelash to come over to me and shake my hand. Some people, I fist bumped it up. Yo, bro, you know we don't change it up for nobody. I'm like, yo, you just wiped your nose, bro. You getting a fist bump, right? This idea, because I know she was talking about the heavenly realm and all of that, but this idea that there is somebody keeping you out, somebody trying to stop, there is not a room, a door you can't open if you know when and where to be where you're supposed to be. This idea that somebody can stop you if you know when and where to be where you're supposed to be, bro. There's no door, there's no gatekeeper that can keep you out. I'm probably the only guy that was in the room that I was in tonight that didn't have a college degree, that didn't go to an Ivy League, that don't got, $600 million in the bank, but I was still in the room, bro.
Facts.
Like this idea that anybody
hold on. They not talking about that kind of gatekeeper, man. These people out of their rabbit ass mind. They talking to people thinking of spaceships and aliens, man. They thinking
no. This thing has gotten big. I'm trying to tell you, this is a lot bigger than these guys are getting millions of views on their videos. This is widespread. Like they're now selling on one of their larger platforms where their videos normally get a few 100,000 to a few million views. They're now selling a program called God Power. And in the God Power program, what they do is they mix up some ancient Indian ideology about Kundalini and the chakras into opening the door for this anus play. And so the whole idea is, in order for you to meet God interface with God, you have to have your anus penetrated as a man. This is the program. Here, let me show you let me
Nah, come on, bro. Y'all gotta stop this. Like, there's no way you can hear that this is happening in the black community and then be like, but we're not gonna fight to keep our urban centers and educate the folks, and we're not gonna do that. Like, it's ridiculous. Yes, this is what they're promoting. This is absolute. Yeah. Yeah, he said, in order for you to reach the heights of the celestial bodies, one must penetrate your anus. Come on, bro.
They have it's a widespread attack on it.
There was something that, somebody wanted to know, you mentioned the anus, and a lot of the dudes was like, pause.
Yeah, pause.
B, what you talking about there? So explain what you meant by that. Clarify that for the people. Because you talked about that during God Part 1. So clarify that for
you hear him? God Power 1. God Power is the name of the program they're selling, and the whole thing is based on having your anus penetrated.
Brother Wayne World right here. It's funny, he says, can Doc B touch more on the anus? Oh my gosh. In utero, they say that the first.
Oh, I'm done. You got to stop right there. Oh, hold up. My people, my dear, hold on. We got to be big screen. Y'all got to, you cannot. He said, and I quote, this is who y'all getting y'all information from. He said, and I quote, they say. I'm done.
Yo, who knows?
They say, can you rewind that just a little bit? They say that, what? I'm learning from you and you just told me what they saying? Yo, you wilding, B. You out of pocket.
This is crazy.
Bro.
Ali.
I just want to show y'all this real quick. Because in this conscious community, and I heard this, the black man is the original man. We the original man, the maker, the cream of the planet Earth. We the original of everything. Okay? So y'all gotta wear being the original of everything. You gotta wear that. How many people know who the Azande people are? I wonder how many people heard of the Azande people. I'm gonna skip past all of that and go to this right here. Here you go. Traditional beliefs. This is an African tribe. Traditional beliefs, bro. Relationships between young men. There was also a social institution similar to pederasty in ancient Greece, as E. Evans Pritchard recorded in northern Congo. Due to the shortage of women in the region, male Zande warriors between 20 and 30 years of age routinely took on young male lovers between the ages of 12 and 20 who participated in intercrural sex and sex with older partners while performing household duties. Full stop. Y'all still want to be the original? Y'all can be all the original you want to be.
Okay, well, listen, hold on. There's a response to that. I just switched the video. I'm going to show you one of the other master teachers. Now, in that video clip that we just stopped, that was a brother named Rich and a guy named Dr. B, D-O-C-T-A-H, Dr. B, explaining that you need to go through the anus, and they're selling a program. A brother named Billy Carlson, who's a alleged check fraud identity thief from Florida, is with Dr. B and Rich, and they're selling God Power program through the anus. Now, this right here,
I gotta clip that. They're selling God Power through the anus.
God Power through the anus. But remember, it all started with Dr. York, and it's trickling down through all these other people. So now, here's a guy that they also call a master teacher, Bobby Hemmett. He's going to explain the anus program, but he's going to explain it, and he's also going to explain what you were just talking about.
Yo, hold on. For the record, I always thought Bobby Hemmett was suspect.
Bobby Hemmett had a lot of neck, and like
It was
Yeah,
a lot of. It was just no. It was a lisp that he had that made me like.
Yo, I got the perfect flag for the Anus brothers.
I'm dead.
and it's pink. And it's pink.
Yo.
E pluribus annum.
Listen to this explanation though. He gets pretty deep.
Oh, hold on. Here you go.
He talks about the gatekeepers and the gatekeepers.
Now you could tell right off the bat that this is the Dr. York Gatekeeper program continued through the next generations of teachers.
Yeah. Y'all getting a treat tonight. Receipts.
Yeah.
The gatekeepers in the aspect of the homosexuality, or just say gay, without even just right and wrong and do and don't. You know, when you really look at this topic.
Now I gotta pause it right there because that's where I was done with Bobby Hemmett. Soon as he started teaching that he was not into right and wrong or morality, I was like, so why are we listening to this? What's happening right now?
Okay, can I tell you what lost me for Bobby Hemmett?
Go.
The comedian Arnaz J. That's who Bobby Hemmett is. Arnaz J, bro.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you where you lost me on Bobby Hemmett. You know where you lost me on Bobby Hemmett? There was a video. No, there was a video where he was just like coughing and hacking and sneezing, and then somebody was like, "Bobby Hemmett's sick. He got diabetes of the 3rd degree." I was like, "But you the master teacher of the highest degree of the." Wait, what do you mean diabetes?
Yo, hold on. In all fairness, Enqi, when we started seeing people that we thought had information do shit like smoke Newports, we was like, "Whoa, hey!"
Yo, remember? Do you remember Enqi?
Bottles of liquor on live saying it was for the ancestors. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought that practice was you supposed to pour out a little sip for the ancestors. He was like drinking
libations. Yeah,
he was
pouring
drinking
libations.
half a bottle.
Oh my
God. Unbelievable.
What are we doing? Keep going. What are we doing?
The gatekeepers in the aspect of the homosexuality, or just say gay, without even just right and wrong and do and don't. You know, when you really look at this type of thing, and I had to really look at these things, what we're dealing with now, we're dealing with this goddess, Venus, which is a god of the heart chakra. Venus.
Wait. Pause. Just pause. All right, yo, listen. Remember when Enqi said they drop a nugget of truth and then they drag something all the way from the left? Venus and a chakra have zero
nothing to do with each other because the chakras are from India. Venus and that's Roman and Greek stuff, and neither one of those things have anything to do with your anus.
Absolutely nothing to do with your bunghole, sir.
Oh, he's going to mix some mythology and wait till this goes all the way down. It's just going to get
let it run. Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
And here's the thing. People don't understand that the people that call this guy their master teacher have already done all these rituals, and they're getting you to follow them and buy into them so that at the end of the road, you can also experience the ritual. So this is what this is about.
Venus.
He say Venus like penis. I don't like that. I just don't like the way he say Venus. I don't. Okay, I'm sorry, but I don't like that.
They deal on what motherfucker got the light. The spirit is saying, look, this shit here is not about what a person is doing physically. It's about who got the light. So in Africa, they were talking about the gatekeepers.
Yeah, the Africans.
Gatekeepers, they say, it's supposed to be bisexual. And what Maladona Tomei is saying, it's also in the Voodoo and Gnostic workbook. It costs about $400-$500 get it off the internet now. You can order it.
Did he bring up voodoo?
Gatekeepers, they were saying, was people, because they're having a bisexual nature, they were able to see things from another perspective. You see what I'm saying? And so,
yeah, it's called upside down with a dick in your face. What the fuck you talking about, man?
Yo, for the record,
you can see it.
What's happening right now?
What? Yo, I'm sorry. Yo, my truth Tourette's kicked in. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Yo,
I'm
look at this
sorry,
comment.
man. I didn't even
Yo,
mean
bro.
to do that, bro. I didn't even
Look
mean
at
that,
that comment.
man.
They trying to
stick their Venus in Uranus.
Yo, I'm done.
But no,
I'm
listen.
done.
But these guys have.
Oh man.
Now let me tell you. Hold on. Put me on the screen real quick, because I'm gonna tell you.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell you where I started to really combat this and take it personal. And people was like, "You hating Enqi, blah blah blah." 2020. You know, we had the situation going on nationwide. There's still some censorship going on, so I'm not going to say what it was, but we know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
These guys came on their YouTube pages and they were saying for $49.99, you don't need any nutrition, you don't need any medicine, you don't need anything. For $49.99, we're going to do an online chakra activation with your anus that's going to protect you from all illnesses and blah, 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 blah. When I heard that video, I said, okay, these niggas have crossed
you know what?
That I can't sit back and allow this to happen.
Yo, we're fucking up right now. We're fucking up right now. We should be buying stock in at-home enema kits. We are blowing it right now. Clearly, everybody's playing with their butthole, so they must be buying enemas, right? So if we invest in enema, like, just think about it. We should play the long stock on this. If this is being promoted, I mean, I just thought about it. Like, hey, wait a minute. Clearly, all of these people are cleaning their butts before they're doing this, right?
We're going to say that's intentional grounding. We're going to hit you with a 15-yard penalty, sir.
Yo, but no. And let me say this, bro. Let me say this. and for the record, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, it is probably by far one of the most liberal left leanings. The congressional district that I'm running in is a Democrat plus 5 billion district, right? Like, for the record. But I even talk to folks. This is where we got to be mindful of this. As a grown person, as a grown adult, I don't care what you do with your butthole. I don't care. I have zero interest what grown people do. Yo, bro, you want to chop it off or add it on? I don't care. The problem is these people are going after young folks. We talking about involving
10-4
in this.
Right. I'm glad you cleaned that up, because listen, I don't care either.
I don't care, but this is the problem, is this is getting pawned off on young people. And the same people that are promoting this are promoting the idea that you can transform from a boy to a girl, that you could give a child a certain amount of medication to mess with their hormones and change them from a boy to a girl. That's where I don't want us to get off on this tangent where we just beating up on people who like to play with their taints, bro. That ain't it. The fact of the matter,
it is funny though. You can't lie.
It's funny.
Really funny.
It is hysterical. But
the
problem that we have is that this is affecting young people, bro. And that's where we got to draw the line in
because
that.
You have the young people that are being taught this to live this way, and then you have the victims. You know, a lot of these guys are in prison for molesting kids because they're doing this golden child gay rich. So once they do the anus ritual, which is the first step, they become now a bisexual. After that, they qualify to do the next ritual, which is bisexual on bisexual with a child involved. So this is, it gets progressive. And like I said, now Rashad Jamal, who's a follower of these teachings, his students are now killing folks. One young man, his mom wasn't vibrating on the high enough dual frequency and all that. So he picked up a ninja sword that he had been sharpening and killed his mother and attempted to kill a few other family members because they also weren't, vibrating on this level. And basically all that means is watching the same YouTube videos that they're watching, because that's what that means. Watching the YouTube videos and then practicing these anus rituals. Then you're vibrating.
Yeah, and then God forbid this conversation right here. What was his name? So you yell at the kid, Yeah, I understand all that chakra, but if your ass don't have nothing on this rent next month, you can chakra your ass out of here. That's what happened. See, when them conversations start hitting, it get different.
Mom Dukes was like, "Don't be in chakra when I kick your ass out."
Hey, Chakra Khan.
Chakra Khan.
Chakra Khan, anybody, Chakra Khan.
Oh no. Listen, let me do this because we're gonna get through this last piece right here. And I want y'all to understand this is just the first part of this because there's levels to this, right? The level after this, and just before we clear this up, I want y'all to understand this was just kind of an introductory thing about one facet of the race hustle, right? This could have been dragged out. We could do 5 hours on this. This is how much, and I'm not speaking for Enqi, but I know you have, volumes on this stuff. So for tonight, we wanted to kind of introduce y'all to another side of it. We always talk about it from the political side, where the marketing of it and the messaging from that side. But this is also what we're up against. For those of you who are on the side of it that are active politically, that want to help fight against this is why you need to vet candidates. This is why you need to make sure who's getting in there. Go ahead, Enqi.
No, and see, there's a lot of teachings that go with this because not only, like you said earlier, are they against the nuclear family structure, but they also have a teaching that they pass down that books are bad. Books are bad. Reading is bad. Any information you need to get to, to improve your life will come to you after you do these rituals. So once you do these sexual rituals with your anus, with the children, or by snorting cocaine and crack, then information from the cosmos will be downloaded directly into your activated pineal gland. So you never have to read books or study or go to school up underneath the quote unquote white devil. You can get your information directly from other star beings that have had their anus activated as well. So that's what they teach. They don't read books. They just download the information. So they tell you, oh, I had a download. I didn't read any books.
Enqi, Dr. Enqi, let me ask you a question. This is a legit question. Super, and this is not a joke. And Rod, you're going to remember, because I asked you this question. What is the mechanism by which an arbitrary position of the sun relative to arbitrarily defined constellations has an impact on your personality? What is the mechanism by which that occurs?
Your goddamn imagination.
No. I'm asking Dr. Enqi because you see the question
I thought you were asking me.
Asked, right? No, but what?
Sorry,
what is?
Sorry, I just heard that. I was like,
that is a hot loaded question. I am sidestepping that. It sounds like gobbledygook.
Because there is none. And to your point about what you were just saying, like when people get given this information, that's a question we tend to not ask as Black folk because it feels good, bro. If it feels good to feel like you got a connection to the universe, and especially when people have been telling you that you're oppressed and you're down and you automatically down.
Hold on, wait a minute, because they teach. See, here's where the connection goes. This is where it goes crazy. There's a connection directly to the zodiac teachings and the chakras. They go together. And through the zodiac and the chakras, you get to flat earth. So
almost fell out of frame.
So there's one line of continuity with this information. So yeah, it's listen to this here. This continues to get better.
Yeah, go ahead, go for it.
Let's rock.
Nah, I don't want my son under no nigga like that.
Shout out to Kevin Garnett.
Nah, I don't want my son under no nigga like that.
The kingdom is in the root chakra that's supposed to rise up. The root chakra is a spiritual kingdom, but it is shit, and believe me, that shit ain't no fucking problem. I done thought the female orgasm and told her to a fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? I was dead, my legs were shaking. Oh, don't touch me. Don't hold me. Don't touch me. You know all that bullshit. You can feel the orgasm come from the fucking universe. You can guys the orgasm is centered.
Wait. Whoa. Oh, yo, wait, yo. Okay, all right, yo, bro. Cuz, hey.
Listen. So listen, wait.
Okay, so I'm sweating. I'm physically sweating, bro.
So listen
like,
now. Wait, I want you to pay attention to this. This is generations of like how the information's passing. So you saw the information start with Dr. York teaching about the bisexuals and the gatekeepers and the woo-woo. Now it went to Bobby Hemmett. And now that right there is a gentleman who has recently transitioned. His name is Brother Panic.
Okay, first of all, never mind.
Wait. Brother Panic was telling the people, he was giving a firsthand testimony of how he felt as he is doing the anus program. And how, the anus program was very amazing for him, and it turned him into a woman, and the orgasm came from behind him through the universe and all this and all that.
No, bro, that's called tickling your prostate, cuz you ain't supposed to touch that, man. Like, yo.
No, see, but here's the thing that they're misleading people. Instead of telling people that this is the prostate gland, what they're instead telling people is that you have a G spot in your anus that is, it's the best feeling that you can get is when they hit the G spot in your anus.
Look, folks,
look, this is 15 seconds right here. Look at this. This is what I mean. This is the teachings that they pass in 15 seconds. Hit the share button.
A man has something called a G spot too. Okay. And the only way you can get through it is through his anus.
Nah, I don't want my son under no nigga like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I'm gonna show you a guy, right? And I want to know.
Hold on. For the record, if you pull up who I think you're about to pull up, and I already pulled it up, Go ahead. Pull it
up. Let me see.
Go ahead.
No, because I can't find what I'm looking for. Go ahead.
Okay. I thought you was pulling up.
You absolutely. Yeah. We're done for the night, bro. I'm done.
I thought you was pulling up him.
I'm done. That's what I was pulling up. Yeah.
All right, I'm okay. I'm done, bro. I'm done.
Enqi, you knew who that was, right?
Hold on. Not only do I know who that is, but Bobby Hemmett teaches about him as an example of, somebody who's, a gatekeeper of the heaven spiritual realm that, is an example of, how you can channel that heavenly spiritual nature into being a leader here in the real-time Black community. So Bobby Hemmett actively teaches about Bayard Rustin as a prime example of what a leader in the Black community should be.
Yeah.
Instead of the dude like me who done been where everybody done been, ain't never did no, off the hook, I can't even, right? I can't. I just.
Listen, we gotta come back and do part 2 of this because that was only book 1, right? That was only book 1 on Race Hustlers. And Enqi,
that was a piece of book 1.
That was a piece of book 1. This could, who knows? But listen, for our audience, we wanted you guys to understand what we're up against. And as the universe seen fit, Enqi has wrote several books on the subject, and they're coming from a different perspective than we come with. But hopefully it'll illustrate to you guys that this problem is bigger than just politics. It's bigger than just Republican, Democrat. It's bigger than that. It's including that. It touches that. But let's close out here. Let's give Enqi the floor. Promote the book. Let the folks know where they can get in touch with you at, how they can catch a podcast. The floor is yours, good brother.
Sure, definitely. Now, when you get the books, there's a lot in the book we didn't really get to go into. So you go to Amazon.com, type in Race Hustlers, Enqi Real, or Dr. Enqi, some of that, or any combination of that. The books will pop up. I have a few series up there. The main goal of our movement is to tackle diabetes and shine light on some of the inconsistencies and the fear, the superstition, the ignorance that keeps people in a state of disease and mental illness. And education is our primary tool that we use to combat this stuff, because one of the teachings, even going back to what you've seen tonight, which I know is probably a lot for people who have never seen or heard of some of this stuff, or that may be in love with some of the personalities that these guys display on the surface. But one of the teachings, in fact, we clipped it off where Dr. B was getting ready to explain that the anus is in the opposite position to the pineal gland. So all you have to do, and he uses this gesture, all you have to do is push up into or onto the anus, and that pressure will be put onto the pineal gland till it starts to glow. And anybody that has third grade anatomy will know that there's not a straight line from your anus to your pineal gland. Like there's not even a straight line from your anus to your mouth. Like
No, me first. I would like to do this gesture right to their nose bone and send it right into their brain. You know, bow, like you need to go sit down somewhere with that.
Enqi, all I could think of when you said that was when you got that glow.
Bruh.
Just so let your soul glow.
It's so much foolishness mixed in. It's so much that was The Last Dragon. Listen, there's so much
when you got that glow.
It's so
your
much
anus pushed in now,
and it's dangerous now. Like that's the thing that it's one level where it's just straight comedy, but the other thing is kids are getting raped. Now people are being killed. Like enough is enough.
Word.
Enough is enough.
That's word.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, on the screen, you see the Amazon. Make sure you type in Dr. Enqi on Amazon, Enqi Real, type in Race Hustlers. Those are the keywords. Pick up the book. Tell them we sent you. Make sure to support what we're doing. Obviously, 100% we're going to have the brother back on, and we're going to be breathing some life back into, with all due respect, and some of the other things we got going on over here. So look, man, this has been the Monday night episode. This has been the Monday night here on the Urban Conservative, the Race Hustlers episode. We're going to say volume 1. We're going to call it volume 1 of this one, because this might take a while to unpack. There's a lot. We didn't even get through the whole first book. Ali, before we get up out of here, you got anything?
Yo, thank you to everybody that's jumped on to AliForCongress.com and donated. You don't have to live in North Carolina to make sure that you support what we're doing. We need to get people who will think logically and have the best interest of our communities at mind when they go up to Washington, D.C. So please go to AliForCongress.com, support what we're doing. And if you have a question for me, and you're and for lack of a better way to put it, part of Enqi's audience and crew, I'm open to it. If you got a hold of Enqi, you got a hold of us. And thank you, good brother, for coming on. We appreciate you, bro.
Definitely, we're behind you 1,000%.
Yeah, and Ali's page 217 in the volume 4. So
yeah. I didn't even get to thank you. So I get to do it publicly with people watching, because I got the screenshot and I'm like, yo, why am I in a book? I didn't ask to be in the book. So now that I'm in a book, like, yo, I feel good about that. Thank you, bro. And let me say this. And I know Riders don't got nothing to do with it, but we have been through rituals together, right or wrong, Enqi? Correct.
Facts.
We've been through rituals together that have brought and I will dare say that a lot of brothers have been through rituals, the Masonic rituals with me. We ain't never touched nobody butthole, man. We ain't never do that, man. We ain't never. Yo, where do they do that?
Everybody's clothes were on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, like, yo,
yeah, I ain't gonna say everybody was happy afterwards, but I will say there was definitely no, it was no like nothing untoward, right? Like, so then when I hear,
the whole reason is because your brain is up here. Your brain's up here, bro.
No.
But see, listen, that's where it got personal for me, is because a lot of these guys use this idea of the Masons as like a red herring escape tool. So every time something's going on where there's some sexual rituals going on, like every time they're about to get busted, they go, yeah, the Masons are doing it. And I'm like, no. It's actually just you group of niggas that are in a small, tight little network, passing that on amongst each other, you know, raping each other's kids and listen. How much minutes we got left?
Over there.
How many minutes we got left? I need to pull up another video.
Yo, look. Nah, we gotta do this again sooner than later. And again, for the audience, this is important for y'all because, like I said, now y'all know what we up against, and now y'all can see outside of the well-known, but other than the Candace Owens and all of the viral guys, there are people who have conservative values that may not be in your Republican spaces that are fighting against the same thing. So it behooves us to reach out to the urban community, to the conscious community, to the healer community, to the naturopathic community. These people feel neglected from the political structure and they vote too. So I'm going to leave it there, right? We'll leave it right there. We're going to close it out. For my twin brother, Dual Ali, I'm Raheem Architect Soto. That guy right there is Dr. Enqi, American Healer. Make sure to check him out. We will see you guys tomorrow bright and early for Top of the Morning, right back here on the Urban Conservative. Y'all be safe. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at